going on.
Man, look like
Shut up.
The Rich and King Show, mother suckers.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is the Rich and
King
Show, and I'm Rich, and I'm here with
King.
And today is another day and another episode. How we doing, my mind? How we
I'm
doing?
good, bro. I'm chilling.
I don't know where you got
My life, bro. You already know the program, bro.
Man's out here looking like Biggie Smooth. Bro.
Don't know.
What's going on?
You know I love my glasses, innit?
Yeah, you do, man.
Yeah,
You do. I got
my different variations. You get me? Summer's
Yeah,
coming.
I do feel like you need that different variations. I'm not
It's
gonna
coming.
lie to
Got to
you,
wear
man.
a couple more. You know what I mean?
You're lucky it weren't that hot today. Still.
When you got
you
that.
would have been baking and that.
I know,
that,
innit?
that liquid leather.
Sometimes-
What's that, pleather?
Yeah. Don't know. Big up Zara. You get me? Clever from the Zara. Zoom.
Zara.
Do you get me?
I had a topic for us.
Yeah.
Don't know how you're gonna feel about it, unless
Go
you
on.
want to
No.
switch to another one. It was basically what makes a good father.
Ooh.
Is that
Yeah.
yeah? Because
Yeah. We
obviously
can talk about it.
what I've not that I've come to the conclusion recently, but what I've drawn up over different scenarios and different people is that one man's limitation is what another one is that's their best.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
For sure.
And we're not even talking about how women see it type thing. Does that make sense?
It's how men see it.
So there's a man that's like, he's doing his utmost.
Yeah. As much as he can.
As much as he can. To
Yeah.
someone else,
It's bullshit.
That's
Because people
bullshit.
look from the outside looking in.
to shove saying.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, if you then bring in what women think about that, or the mother of that child, she's gonna be like, because remember, women do a lot for kids, right? And
Yeah.
we're sticking to the topic of men, but women do a lot for kids. We all know
Yeah.
that. There are some fathers that
Yeah, ain't
They
shit.
want-
They ain't
they-
do,
they-
yeah,
we know
yeah,
that
of
for
course.
a
Yeah,
fact.
100%. But
We
it's
know that
not
for a
everyone.
fact.
We can't put
no, we're not doing that.
everyone on the
then-
same cloth as well. And we don't know people's stories, innit?
100%,
Yeah.
100%. But then there's some fathers that the little bit that they'll do, they'll want praise.
Yeah. Do you know, okay.
You can't get praise for doing something that you're meant to be doing.
Bingo. I'm glad you touched on that. I think being a father,
Mm.
some people will say, oh, it's a selfless job. I just think being a parent, that's what you're meant to do.
Mm.
So you shouldn't seek no praise from it. It's a very selfless thing because I think, especially with, I don't know, growing up with African parents,
Mm.
I feel like a lot of African parents look after you to reach a point where, oh, my son's gonna make it, my daughter's gonna make it, and they're gonna buy me a house and a car.
Mm.
So the intention of you looking after the child, or when you're going through struggles or everything, I was like, don't worry, when they get older, even though he's pissed me off right now, in the future he'll get me a car, he'll get me a house. Even some parents don't want to try for a mortgage.
Mm.
I know one auntie, she had the opportunity to get a mortgage many times. She's like, oh, I don't really want to because I know my daughter's going to get me a house. Tell me now, has all grown up and got a house, got nothing. And now she's old, pensions come, no mortgage.
Mm.
If she gets old enough, they're going to put her in an old people's home. You planned your life around
Yeah.
your child. It gets even more controversial when some mothers see their children as their boyfriends.
Yeah, it's a bit wild.
Yeah, or their girlfriends, because in terms of
That's a whole nother topic.
yeah, that's a whole other topic because I hear girls all the time. Like one of my friends is arguing with his wife now. I think they got engaged and they're calling it off because the wife's like, everything your mother says, you agree. Like you don't seem like this thing. But yeah, going back to the fatherhood thing, I think being a parent is just being a parent. It's a selfless job. The child might turn to be a bastard. The child might be ungrateful.
Yeah, but what? Yeah,
But it's a selfless job. This is why you need to decide, like, before you start nutting in everyone and thing. Because I look at, from my profession, I look at some parents and I'll be like, yeah, you should have swallowed
I'm
your
not
child.
even looking at parents.
I
I'm just thinking about just the dads.
Okay, so if you're looking at in terms of the
Just the
dads,
dads.
I feel like the moment you and your partner, you get together, you have a child and you break up, I feel like there's no grace. I feel like now you're depicted as the worst person in the world.
Mm.
I feel like sometimes the conflict comes from just the simple fact is that that person is hurting. So now that hurt for subconsciously or consciously gets inherited through the child.
Mm.
Because I hear sometimes, let's say you spend a great time with your child. Let's say you spend time with your daughter.
Mm.
And then all of a sudden your daughter goes back home. But your mum's putting so much poison into your child's head.
Yeah, there's definitely that.
Yeah, that now the child comes back and the next time you spend each other is a bit weird.
Mm.
I know some fathers, in terms of when they ask, "Oh, why are you and mum not together?" I know some fathers from my experience who'll be like, "Don't blame your mum. It's my fault." Reason why is because they know that child has to go back home to the mum and he doesn't want no trouble. No one talks about that. That the father takes all the blame on himself. I know fathers who's like, I'm going to tell my son or daughter the truth when they're 18 or when they're at a developmental age. So right now, I'll take the pain and the bullshit. So I really tell my story. And you get children later on who grow up and they find out that what story the mother told them about their father is not the same.
It's different.
My mom's best friend, yeah, from work. He had a child with this lady, yeah. The lady painted him out to be a complete monster. When the child got to 18 and actually got to know him, she kept him away from him, got to know him. Do you know what this girl did?
What?
Went back home and beat up the mum.
Beat up the mum?
Beat her up. Because she's like, how could you? The way you painted my man. Luckily, my man kept letters, things, and you know what hurt the girl? The letters were always saying, return back to sender, return back to sender, return back to sender. Unopened letters, many letters this man wrote, did everything. The girl turned around enraged and beat up because she thought the way the mother painted him was the worst. She said the dad was a brokey, a bum, wasn't sending money. He had receipts of every single bit of child support he was paying. Like, it gets a bit deep, and I understand. Obviously, a woman is hurt, but I stand to a certain limit because a child is innocent. You've got to let a child decide for themselves. But then it gets techie when at what age do you let a child decide for themselves? And sometimes you think what you're doing is protecting the child. But for the father, like, we're going through it. I know some people who can't start a relationship with another woman and give her a child because of the trauma of him not seeing his child. So he feels like a bum. He's like, why would I start another family here when I can't even fix my family over there? Do you get where I'm coming from? So people have lost relationships with people who wanted children with them. And they were a bit like, nah, because I need to sort out my situation over there first.
Like, I've seen many different examples and heard of like many different stories and stuff. And I just feel like, obviously, most fathers are going to do the best of their ability, you know, especially if you're considerate and kind and thoughtful, especially about the child that you've brought into this world, you're going to do the utmost. But then again, there's like different scenarios, right? Where there's some fathers that are like weekend fathers.
Yeah.
Again, to the mother, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So, but to someone else, that's like, that's the only time
I can do it because I'm working or I got this. And they'll be like, oh, but it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. Okay, but bro, one thing we don't talk about, where's all the bum mums?
Yeah,
because all the time.
No, but we're not talking about mums today. So
I know, but I'm saying that in terms of media, they always paint fathers. Bro, fathers.
No, remember, because remember, mothers, like, unless, even in the court of law, like, when two parents are arguing, even in the court of law, they're always going to favour the mother unless the mother's doing something absolutely crazy.
But this is the thing. It's like, there are a lot of narratives. I'm glad we're focusing on fathers today. But they make it seem like, why forget mum and dad? Why don't you just look at humans? Because anyone can be a shit parent.
Because they feel like obviously the mothers are nurturing and caring, and you know she bared the baby for like 9 months. Do you know what I mean? So,
but that 9 months versus their lifetime, bro.
Yeah,
like,
don't get me wrong. There's women that have walked out on kids and all that, and
yeah,
there's like single fathers and all that. But you know, again, to some people, being a weekend father is going to be bullshit. I've seen for myself where I'll be around someone, and the kids there, and the kids playing whatever, etc., and the kids just got bare like food on their face, and the guy I'm with is playing computer.
Okay, that's
no. The guy I'm with is playing.
Bad.
The guy I'm with is playing computer.
That's bad.
So I've took a baby wipe myself.
And wipe the. That's mad. That's mad. Did you check him?
Bro, I'm not a father.
Nah, but bro, you should have checked him.
I'm not a father though.
I get it, but you should have been like, bro, what are you doing? Like, this is a human being.
But how can I tell a father to be a father? I'm not a father.
But instead of being let's scrap the father bit. Just be like, yo, your child's got food in his mouth.
Brother, but that's what I'm saying. No, at some point in time, other people have to learn their lessons. Like, I can't force someone to learn a lesson. And maybe I should have had a conversation and said X, Y, Z, blah, 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 blah. But how do I know he's not at a point where, every time I wipe his face, he just goes and gets it messy
But what about
anyway?
that lesson? If you wasn't there, let's say the child was choking or whatever, put something in his face. accidentally.
Choking?
Like, let's say that stuff which is on his face, something goes into his mouth and he started choking like a peanut.
Yeah, but it
or-
was just like
do you get
his
me?
face was just a mess and he was
Yeah,
covered
or maybe
up
he
and-
touches his eye and he hurt some food substance going in his eye.
I heard that.
Do you get me?
But I heard that, but that's what I'm saying.
Imagine
As
if he wasn't there.
No, but a mother would be more aware of that though, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But do you think that's an excuse?
No, it's not. No, there's no.
Honest,
Excuse,
man?
there's no excuse to be a poor father. There's none.
Ooh, actually,
What? You can't give an excuse to be a bad father.
not a bad father, but you said a poor father. Okay.
I don't mean poor as in money, and I just
Okay.
mean that as in that behavioral.
Okay, in terms of behavior, what about if you, let's say your frontal lobe is not that developed, and let's say you were not nurtured that way
That-
because
no.
you wasn't
No, but that's different if you're because then you're falling into the category of kids having kids, and if you're
It is, which
and
is,
which is
but
what I'm
kids
saying.
having kids are still fathers, no?
Yeah, 100%. But then, like, if a 17-year-old has a kid, he don't know what he's doing.
So,
because he's
so we
still
make
a
an
kid.
excuse for that.
I'm not making an excuse for
Okay.
it. That's just the facts. A 17-year-old don't know what he's doing.
But then there's
because
some
he's still a kid.
17-year-olds know what they're doing.
Very rare, minority, not the
Do you get me?
majority.
Because then it kind of like, okay, so instead of, so that means that should we put categories in terms of fathers
Mm.
or kids having children? Because then it will open up a whole gate. Because then what is it, as is what you asked me, what's the question? What makes a good...
I don't expect someone that is not developed maturely to be a good father. Not to say that they can't, not to say they don't. It's just that when you're having a kid young, you're still a kid and you're still going through life and you're learning things, especially as a man. Remember, you have to go out there and be a man at some point in time. We've already talked about,
manhood and everything like that.
and that's hard enough as it is. Now you're bringing someone else into the world and you have to show that person.
You should have strapped up, bruv.
You have to show that person while still trying to be a man out there. Do you know what I mean? So, and then again, it's different when you got daughters to sons, right? Because obviously people treat them differently.
I feel like when it comes to being a father, I feel like a couple things need to be addressed in terms of your environment, what you can, what you can't do. And within those parameters, are you doing the most that you can do? Because fatherhood changes through circumstances, through certain levels of maturity, realization, through even certain allowances from the mother restricting you what you actually can do.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. I'm just talking about this as a point of guys looking at guys and saying, oh, he's a good father, oh, he's terrible, X, Y, Z.
I feel like if
taking the women away.
Okay.
Remember, the women are going to have a complete...
So if you're looking for
different-
guys looking guys, my opinion is as long as you are doing the best you can, and you're doing the best you can with the utmost, and number two, that every day you're striving to do better than you can. And I mean that don't bullshit yourself.
That's what... So
don't bullshit
so
yourself.
saying that, there's going to be a lot of men having to look at themselves
because
in the mirror.
Of course you gotta have to look at yourself. You gotta
I'd be like-
bullshit. You bullshit. Okay, for example, I'm gonna use me since we're having this conversation. Yeah, I'm a father, but I don't. Someone else's standards, they might think I'm a good father.
Yeah,
but I don't feel I am.
yeah.
I feel that I can do better.
But is that down to you or circumstances?
It's both. It's
Okay.
down to circumstances,
Yeah.
but it's also down to me, and I strive every day to try and be better.
Yeah, but that's good in terms of because that's
Self-reflection.
Yeah, self-reflection and
Yes.
awareness, and you basically observing yourself. Do you know how much man out there are not observing themselves?
Oh yeah,
bro?
they don't. And it's
So-
hard, bro. You got to put a mirror up on yourself.
And that's one
And
of the
it's
hardest
hard.
things to do.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
You're right. You're right. Rich.
So imagine I'm there with my president and I'm telling him X, Y, Z. How do you think he's gonna feel then?
Sure.
Just what I'm saying. So it's like
No. You're
No,
right.
that's
You're
why you
right.
have
I
to-
give you that. All
that's
right.
why
Cool.
in certain
Cool.
situations you just
I
have
give
to
you that.
you have to put your hands up.
Okay,
and
but
say,
when does it end then? Because if you love someone, you love your brethren.
but there's some things I will talk to a man about, and there's some things.
Okay,
I won't.
good.
For
All right,
example,
cool.
for example, if I know something about someone and they haven't come to me and said X, Y, Z, I'm not gonna come out and say X, Y, Z unless it's life threatening or it's affecting their money. If it's their personal business, who am I to get into your personal business? And people speak to me about a lot of different things. I just always happen to be one of them people that people just drop info on or knowledge or whatever. So it's like, again, if I know something about someone, unless you come to me and say X, Y, Z, I can't come to you and be like, oh, I heard da, 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 da. Why am I in your business? Just what I'm saying. So again, I have to let people learn their lessons. If I can help you with this lesson, no problem, I will. But if I am then saying to my guy, oh, how you letting the kid do this and the kid do that? It's you ain't even got a kid. Yeah. And man start getting in the ego and replying because they're upset as opposed to listening to understand.
Yeah. People, they listen to reply instead of listen to understand. I've been a victim of that. I can't lie. Because your ego gets hit.
And that's why I'm a big preacher on letting the ego thing go. And I see when the ego is working, not for me necessarily, but you know, it's different if I'm playing football and I'm playing off confidence.
Because real shit, yeah, I'll be very real, yeah. Even talking about this now. I'm a father. I don't think I'm a great father. I think I am a father. And I think I'm a work in progress trying to be a great father. I want to be the best dad in the world.
The point is you're trying though, right?
Yeah. And I'm trying. And sometimes my trying doesn't literally look like a physical thing. The trying can be a mental thing. The trying could be an emotional thing. The trying could even be putting your pride aside and letting another individual disrespect you just because you're trying to see the bigger picture. And sometimes it's real shit, innit?
No, I'm laughing.
It's real shit. You know what I mean, though? It's real shit because you're looking at the bigger picture. But that bigger picture is so far away. It's like painting the Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
And you just got one stroke. But you've got to keep going even though you don't know when you're going to reach that Mona Lisa. You know you're going to reach it. But you got to keep going and keep painting no matter what it looks like.
And you know the worst bit about it is the Mona Lisa's got hella strokes in there.
Hella strokes. And you got to keep. And sometimes it'll be raining. Sometimes your canvas might tear. Sometimes you have to put it up again. Sometimes you have to go. Sometimes you could reach the top and then it gets torn again and you have to keep going. Bruv, I heard, who did the Mona Lisa? Is it Da Vinci again?
Either Da Vinci.
Yeah, Leonardo da Vinci. Da Vinci. They said he lost his mind doing his art, bruv.
Yeah.
And it's so ironic to life that sometimes being a father, you might, to get to where your point is, you can almost reach a point of insanity.
But it's balance as well.
And it's your ego because you're like, you know, in real life circumstances, anyone talks to you a certain type of way, you're not having it. But because there's this barrier, there's this thing in between. It's like a fragile bomb. It's like, you know what's that game? Is it when you step on something, it'll blow up? There's a game. Like you move a couple steps, you gotta be careful where it is. Or let's put it like chess. The wrong move, you're going back, you got pinned out. You've literally got to take a level, and a lot of fathers can relate, a level of disrespect where you wouldn't take on your normal day. Your pride. It's like your pride is looking at you and being like, bruv, are we going to take this? Are we going to take this right now? Are we going to do this right now? Yeah. And do you know what's mad? It's so mad that, you know, you have a devil and an angel on your shoulder. Brother, two devils on your shoulder. The angels on vacation. They was like, brother, big man, this is above my pay grade.
This ain't my story
still. Call me when there's more positivity. Bro, you got two devils on your shoulder being like, brother, are we going to take this right now?
You're not having that, are you?
Are we going to take this right now?
What?
Are we going to take this right now?
Doing that, yeah?
And when you take it, guess what the devils give you? High blood pressure. High blood because you keep it inside. You keep it inside.
Told you to hit him still.
Fucking hell. Fucking hell. And you're thinking all times. Rough. Have you seen those films where a person's talking to you, looking at them, the person's grabbed them, choke slammed them, smashed them against the wall, threw them in a car, and then they're like, excuse me, and they slap back to reality.
Yeah.
Because they imagine what they would do.
Yeah, I've done that in my head. I just clocked. I've done that in my head bare times.
In the back of your head, you're thinking, I'll grab you, throw you against the chair, boom, boom. They wake up, hello, Rich. It's like, oh, yeah. What are you saying? It's that type of thing. So it is a lot. And I'm very introspective in terms of, I want to be the best at everything. But I want the opportunity to be the best at everything. But if I have a barrier, I'm going to try and work with what I have to be the best within that barrier. Because when that barrier is removed, I can do a bit more. And every day is not going to be the same. And you just got to keep trying. But sometimes you lose will to try. And sometimes you have to go back, reflect, and come back. Because that's also part of trying. Sometimes absence can be a form of trying. And some people might look at it and be like, what are you talking about? But if you're always nagging at something, nagging at something, eventually you end up making things worse.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to take a step back and let parties reflect and be like, all right, cool. Yo. Bro, being a father is a complex thing, especially when you didn't choose to be one. You might have to step up. Or especially when you're being put in a position where the person who you wanted to have a child with or make something beautiful with ends up being ugly as hell.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
That
and you can't even change the ugliness. You can't even look at them beautiful anymore because you've seen what the ugliness look like. Like, you know, Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
When he saw his deeper.
Yeah.
You can't change that.
No, but that's why I like, you know, finding the right partner is so important.
But is there such thing?
Well,
Because technically you can find the right partner.
Yeah,
then later on,
I've always said the right partner for you doesn't mean the right partner to have kids with.
That's a deep one. That is necessarily true. Because it could be the right partner in terms of you and together, but the moment a child is born, maybe they don't know how to handle it. But also, bro, so many people are dealing with their traumas. Do you get me? Brother, like as a black man, I freaking hate therapy, but now I'm considering it. I'm considering it. I'm trying to get into it. Only reason why, not because someone said, "No, sit down, tell me your problems and stuff." I just want to put a mirror on myself and maybe get a different perspective. I might like, I might not. Sometimes my therapy could be gym. That's how I think. People talk about therapy. There's many ways. Therapy, football, gym, other friends you can talk to. Sometimes therapy can be in the form of getting some new tum-tum. That's some people's therapy. Everyone's got therapy in their own different way. But I'm just like, it's hard, you know? It's very hard being a human being for yourself. But then trying to be a human being for someone. And that person, okay, my mom gave me a perfect example, yeah? My mom's like, there's been times where she's starved. I'm looking at her telling her I'm hungry, yeah? I don't give a fuck what my mom's gone through. I don't give a fuck if my mom's struggled, had a long day, if this has happened, if she's lost her house, whatever. All my mom's looking at me is this child who don't understand, be like, my nigga, I'm hungry. Feed me. I don't give a fuck about your... Nigga, fuck your couch. I don't give a fuck about anything you got going on. Dave Chappelle, nigga, fuck your couch. Feed me. I know it's 7 o'clock. This is the time I'm meant to eat. Feed me. And guess what, motherfucker? Maybe what you feed me today, I might not even like it because I fancy spaghetti and you put potatoes down. How about that? Do you get where I'm coming from? You still got to handle it. Because I can say anything to my child about, oh, why I'm not here and all of this other stuff, but it don't matter. It don't fucking matter. But nigga, yeah, so, bruv, big up all the fathers there, man.
Big up
who are
all
trying.
the fathers. Keep trying.
Yeah, man, that's
On that
it.
note, just keep trying.
That's
Shut
it.
up.
Keep
So
trying,
where we
bro.
going with that
Keep
mother
fucking trying.
This guy's sick.
What did you say?
Said I don't know where you were going with the
Bro.
mother thing, but I hear
Yeah,
you, bro.
keep trying, man.
Keep trying, people.
Yeah. Some people are going to say, fuck your couch. You got to bring another one.
My
But keep
name is
trying.
Rich. This is the Rich and
King.
Show, and I'm here with
King.
and hopefully take something. And we'll probably have to
Yeah.
revisit
Nah, this is a good
again.
episode, though. This
We'll
is good.
probably-
Thank
we'll
you for
probably
bringing it
have
up.
Don't worry about it. We'll probably have to revisit this again, which is not a problem. It's
Yeah.
cool. It is what it is. People, peace. We out.
We out.
The Rich and King Show, mother suckers.